Hey everyone, well we're back out in the garage and we are going to do another small job on the 1975 Can-Am 250 TNT. And it's a job I probably should have done the day I got the bike, but we're going to do it now to make up for it. And that is to drain the crankcase of, or I guess it's more correctly, the transmission of the oil that's in there. And so that's what we're going to do today. There is, as you probably know, now for some of you that are familiar with this bike, you will know all about this particular issue. But we do have to be quite careful when working on the underside of this bike that we take the right bolt out. The reason being is if you take the wrong one out, it's actually the wrong one is for the kickstart shaft here, and if you take that thing out, apparently you are in a world of hurt. So I'll show you which is the right one, which is the wrong one, and that's what we're going to do now. Okay guys, let me show you where those couple of bolts are. So let us go underneath here and I'll try to show you where these things are at. So we're underneath the bike here. I'm on the left hand side of the bike. And this bolt here, so that one right there, whatever you do, don't touch it. I looked in my toolbox to try to find a red Sharpie so I could red Sharpie it for myself, which I still may do. But anyways, bottom line, don't ever take this thing out. That's bad. You'll notice that in the case it's somewhat recessed, and the other thing you'll notice is that it's sort of a normal bolt, right? It's a normal, what, six-sided bolt. So don't take that one out. The other one, on the other hand, you'll notice that this is a little bit raised on the case. So this one's recessed. This one is protruding a little bit. And as well, it actually uses not a regular socket, but it uses, you know, what I would call an Allen key, what you might call a hex head. I'm not sure, but in any event, uses one of those guys to get her out. So that's the only tool you should be using to do this job, is this thing and this one. Whatever you do, don't take that out. So hopefully that's clear. So now that we've got that straight, I'm just going to put the socket on there and take that out. Okay guys, let's take this thing out here. All right, got her loosened off. We're going to give her a drain. Got our bucket. Probably should have some gloves on for this, but that's okay. We'll get a little oily. Try to do this with my fingers out of the way so you can actually see the action. There she goes. Okay, boy, that oil looks nice and clean. It's always the way when you do something, then you realize you didn't really need to do it, but wow, that's nice and clean oil. Looks like he freshly did this. But that's okay. I'm glad to do it anyways. Now apparently this holds, it's kind of interesting, I've got the actual owner's manual for this as well as the repair manual, and actually even just in the owner's manual, just by itself, in that one book, there's a contradiction. In one part of that book it says essentially 1.2 quarts, and in the other section it says 1.2 liters, or 1200 cc. Excuse me, it says 1200 cc's, which is 1.2 liters. In any event, 1.2 liters apparently is the right amount to go into this thing. So yeah, it's just a little interesting. The documentation was a little bit incorrect. In liters, you know, I think I've got the numbers that were in the book a little bit wrong. I'm just going by memory, but I remember the one area converted to 1.13 liters, and the other area converted to 1.2 liters. In any event, there was a gentleman online, and there's a few guys online that have said 1.2 liters is the right amount. So that's what we're going to put into this thing. There's also a bleeder process as well that you can use for this. I'm not sure we're going to do that on this one today or not, but there is another way to do that as well, where you can open a bleeder screw and then just, you know, let out, fill it until you start seeing it bleed out of there, and then you know you got it full. So that's essentially it. Okay, we're just going to let that drip away here, and then we're going to go and fill it up. So I'm going to bring you guys back once this is fully empty. Okay, well, as you guys can see, it's pretty much stopped dripping. We got the occasional drip coming out of there, but yeah, she's basically she's basically fully drained. So let's put the plug in here. And yeah. Now, like any other drain bolt, you don't want to over tighten this puppy. Just get her in there and, you know, do her up. Don't get too carried away with it. We never do want to do that. There is a nylon sealing washer on this one. I don't know if that's original or if that should be a copper washer. I'm currently working on a my 1977 Triumph Bonneville, and it uses copper sealing washers, not this, but that's okay. Tighten this up. Conscious that we're going into aluminum there. We don't get too carried away. Give everything a little bit of a wipe. Get the crap off of here. And now we can go ahead and fill it up. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay guys, we're about ready to go and fill the Can-Am up with gear oil for the transmission, and I just thought I'd show you what product I'm going to use. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this Lucas Heavy Duty SAE 8890 gear oil. It's just a regular oil. It's not a synthetic or anything like that, and it's actually the same oil that I use in my Triumph Bonneville. I've got a 77 Triumph Bonneville T140V that I also use this in, and from what I can tell, looking at the various manuals, and I do have them all. I've got the complete repair guide, I've got the shop manual supplement, I've got the original owner's manual. So I've got all of that, and from what I can tell, this is going to be the right stuff. But you know what? Again, I'd be really interested in what you guys are using and what maybe I should be using. So yeah, let me know. In any event, the other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about, because I did mention it when I was under the bike, my memory wasn't very good, about this manual being not terribly clear in terms of how much of this oil that we put in the transmission. So I just wanted to show that to you a little bit. So let me just go to the transmission section here. So okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. We're on page 26 of the owner's manual, and it says to put in 1200 cc's of SAE 80. Now 1200 cc's converts exactly to oh, by the way, this is SAE 80. So I think we're golden. 1200 cc's is equivalent to 1.2 liters exactly. Now, if we flip back to the back here and we take a look at what it says for the capacities, so this is on page 47 of our owner's manual under specifications at the back of the book. We look at liquid capacities for the transmission. It says 1.2 US quarts. Now, of course, 1.2 US quarts is not 1.2 liters. It actually is equivalent to 1.13 liters. Now, I guess that's not a huge difference, but it's not very precise, is it? But we're going to go with the 1.2 liters. I'm going to err on the side of caution. Not only that, as I mentioned, a number of people on forums and other places have said to use 1.2 liters. So that's what we're going to use. So now that we've gone through all that, let's go put the oil in the bike. Okay guys, so that is our filler right there. That's where we need to take this out. And it just, it's got a little gasket there, a little sealing washer. And it does just screw in there. Okay, so that's the spot right there where we're going to be putting the oil. Just thought I'd quickly show that to you so you can see that that is the spot. And again, we're going to put our 1.2 liters of oil in there. So let's get after it. Alrighty, so let's stick our oil in here. And so this bottle holds, of course I said we need 1.2 liters, and the bottle holds 946 milliliters. I'm not sure if you can quite see that, but not quite a liter in here. I guess that's probably equivalent to 1 US. In fact, it is 1 US quart exactly. So yeah, I'm not sure you can quite see that, but we've got, well, let's call it 254 mils that we're going to put back in here. So that should give us our 1.2 liters exactly. Okay guys, well that does it for the oil change, and hopefully you enjoyed the video a little bit. Hopefully it helps somebody out a bit. It's really important to know which of those bolts to take out of the engine, so make sure that, that you do take out the right one, and hopefully that helps out somebody a little bit in terms of what the process is, how to do it, how much oil to put in the gear case, etc. I know it's very basic. Most of you watching this video, I'm sure already know and probably have lots of great ideas on how I could do this better, and that's what I want to hear about. I would really love to for you guys to provide me feedback, some comments. Let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. Let me know what I could do better. And yeah, so anyways, oh, and one thing about that as well, I commit, if you leave a comment, I commit to replying back to each and every one of you. I reply to every comment and really appreciate them. So please also like the video and please subscribe. You know, I could really use the subscribers, and that's the biggest thank you could do for me, is to hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. It's just, you know, you tick the box, done. So I would really appreciate that. Anyways, guys, have a good one, and yeah, keep the rubber side down, guys, and enjoy. Bye for now.